Hey y'all, it's 4 o'clock and you are at Rosetree Blown Glass Studio and Gallery in beautiful downtown historic Algiers Point, New Orleans, Louisiana. And we're going to start today with some of our Think Spring items. We have soap dispensers. We have a cute little wavy bowl. We have flowers. We have this nice bud vase. We have this optic vase. And we have a peacock vase. This is our spring mix on the peacock vase. And we have a beautiful yellow Primo bowl. So if you are interested in any of these pieces as Facebook Live viewers, you get 10% off of these prices that are on here. So in your comment section, just let us know which one you want and we will get it to you. All right, so today is Darcy's birthday. So Darcy has the day off. So we went to the bullpen, and my lovely bride, Brenda, will be the one who's filming today. So I'm going to turn it over to her. So everybody wish Darcy a happy birthday. I don't know if she's watching or not, but happy birthday, Darcy. Again, I'm Mark, and I'm the owner of Rosetree, along with my wife Brenda, who today is behind the camera. And I'm thinking about these Facebook Live things, and they started out being something that was very, come a little closer, you're way too far. They started out being something that was like trying to do something for parents who are at home with their kids and doing a, kind of like a lesson. And it's kind of morphed into something that is just kind of a free-form, easy conversation with people as if you were in the studio with me. So I kind of explain what I'm doing while I'm doing it, but we also do a lot of talking. And if you're new here, please, if there's something that I show or do during a piece and you don't understand, ask me about it. A lot of the people who are following us almost a year now pretty much know the basics as I do them, but I will break down the piece as I'm doing it. But again, if there's something that you don't understand or a term that I use, please in the comment section just ask, and Brenda will relay that to me, and I'll try and answer your question. So today we are doing a hummingbird feeder. I'm actually giving my arm a rest. I'm starting to hurt a little bit, so I'm going to do a smaller piece today. So the hummingbird feeder, the main thing about the hummingbird feeder is that the stopper fits. So this is the stopper, and this measurement is the important one for us. And inside this stopper, inside the tube, there is a metal ball bearing, and that acts as a valve. So what happens is the hummingbird presses against the ball bearing, moves it with their beak, and gets the liquid out. When the hummingbird leaves, the ball bearing comes and shuts off that little hole. So what I'm going to do is measure is always a good thing, and I'm going to use this as an opening. Anyway, so today's piece will be 2 layers, 2 gathers. Each layer is called a gather because you gather the glass onto the pipe. And it will be, first gather will be clear, second gather will have color on it. And we're using our hot mix color, which is reds and oranges and yellows. So this is our hot mix color. I thought the hummingbirds would kind of like that. They're attracted to red, although hummingbirds, once they start feeding someplace, they're very territorial. So once they start feeding at your feeder, they'll come back. It's not like you're just looking for the red. They know where they've been. So the red is good for them, and we'll go from that. All right, so as always, if you're watching on a watch party, I don't think we can't see your questions. So come on to our stream if you have a question. If you haven't signed up as a friend, please do. Our follower, I guess, on Rosetree's page. And likes and thumbs up and all are really good. We like that. All right.
So I'll say hi to everybody, and I'll definitely make sure Darcy sees all the birthday wishes.
All right. Hydration's done. We'll go to the furnace and we will start.
That's the pipe warmer.
That's the pipe warmer. This is the furnace. So the furnace has a ceramic bowl inside called the crucible. The crucible holds up to 400 pounds of molten glass. It's 2,050 degrees inside there, and it stays on 24/7. If we turn it off, it takes about a week to come back up from room temperature to molten glass temperature. There's a blowpipe. It's a stainless steel pipe. Same kind of methodology that glass blowers have been using for over 2,000 years. And you have to get the tip hot so the glass will stick to it. That's why we have the pipe warm.
So Jennifer said, wow, fun facts about hummingbirds.
Yes. I'll come right back to that, actually. So I'm winding some glass on. That's my first gather. And you'll see that if I stop turning, it starts to drip just like honey would. So we'll go back over to my bench, or my area. And this table is called a marver. The marver is used to shape the glass and to cool the glass. So what I'm doing is I'm shaping it, and I'm going to put the initial bubble in it. And I'm doing that by what's called an air trap. I'm going to blow it to the end and cover it with my thumb. And when the cold air hits the hot glass, it heats up and expands and pushes against the molten glass, and the bubble comes out. So you see there's a bubble inside there now. Yeah, hummingbirds are great. I mean, if you ever sit and watch a hummingbird, they're little marvels of nature. So with the hummingbird feeders, this kind of feeder sometimes has a little drip to it. So what you do is, it's an old Cajun remedy for that. You'll get ants where the nectar drips. You put cayenne pepper around where the drip is, the ants won't feed off of that and won't bother it.
So Shaw said sorry he missed Tuesday, that he had a note from Juan Epstein's mom.
It's a Welcome Back Kotter reference. Okay, I'll accept that. So I am waiting for this to cool off. The way I know it's cool enough to get my next gather on is when it loses all the color in the end of the pipe. So right now it's kind of a dark cherry red, so it's almost ready to go back in and get the next layer. All right, one more layer, and then we'll roll into the color.
So Christy said, are you implying we're warthogs?
Sweat hog.
And then Doc said, old timers here, get the Cotter's back reference. I'm an old timer, but until Mark said that, yeah, I used to watch it.
Okay. So that's the second layer on top. I'm going to roll it right through the color. And the color is small enough that it will pick up onto the glass. If the color is really big chunks of color, you have to heat it up first. But this color, because it's small, it sticks. Okay, so I'm going to heat this up in the reheating chamber. The reheating chamber is about 2,200 degrees or so. And it's just hot. There's no glass in it. And we turn this on in the morning and turn it off in the evening when we leave. I'm always turning. If I stop turning, gravity will take over. And you want to work with gravity instead of against it. Against gravity is not easy. So next step, I'm going to feather it, just like kind of similar to what we do with base and fold and stuff like that. Make it a little more visually pleasing to the hummingbirds.
So Jennifer asked, reheat chamber only used when working pieces?
Correct.
Yes.
So we turn it on in the morning. Turn it off in the evening. Some people work out of the furnace, but I don't like that. So we each have our own reheating chamber. So I'm just using this as an ice pick. I'm just pulling the glass up to make some lines in the piece, and I'll heat it up and then I'll pull them down. So this is just insulation inside the reheating chamber. It's a high temperature insulation that holds the heat in. It's about 6 inches thick. Now I'm going to take ice pick. I'm going to roll the other way, pull the other way. I'm going to pull towards the bottom. See how it gets lines in it.
So Debbie Holman says hi.
Hey Debbie, please tell Tony happy birthday. I didn't get a chance to do it online yet, so I'd appreciate you passing it on to him. I get my shears over here.
So how many chambers do you have in the studio?
Reheating chambers?
Yeah.
We have 3 that we use, and I have another that we don't use anymore. So I guess we're counting 4. We have 3 benches. I have 2 other artists that work with me, and each one of us has our own reheating chamber.
So Jennifer said, do you ever have to replace the insulation plates in the reheating chambers?
Yes, we got it.
Do you ever have to replace the insulation plates in the reheating chamber?
Yeah. It wears out. Just because of constant heat and heating up and cooling off every day. And yeah, we actually in the summertime we fixed the middle one, and we did a little repair on mine. So yeah, we do once a year or so we do maintenance on them. Hopefully that's all we have to do. I'm going to smooth this out. Then I'm going to blow into it and expand the bubble a little bit, same way with the air trap. So if you watch down where the pipe is, it's starting to get wider there, so it's starting to expand. That tells me where my bubble is.
So Lori Hollander said hello from a spring day in Connecticut.
Hey Lori, how are you today?
And Barry and Christy said hi.
Hello. Lori, y'all getting snow up there?
She said spring day.
Oh, a spring day. Oh. So the snow, I hope it's all melted. It's good. It's good because my mom's up there too. So I'm just using this auto puffer, and I cut a line in to the top because this is where it's going to come off the pipe. So we're going to do all of this on the pipe. We're not going to pumpy it. Punting means it's transferring it from one pipe to another. And what I'm going to do now is I am going to let this cool off a little bit and then heat up just the bottom part. And I'm going to swing the bottom part and let that elongate and then cut it off to make the opening for the stopper. And again, I haven't done this in a long time, so hopefully it works.
So Jennifer said, why no punty?
We don't need to, because the top part we'll put the hook, we'll cover that part with the hook. You'll see. So I'm just heating the bottom.
Yes, it's Brenda behind the camera, and I'm not quite as talkative, so sorry guys.
So I'm turning always turning while I have it, while I'm on the pipe. And I want to get this pretty hot because I want that to start really elongating to make the throat on the Hummingbird Feeder.
His hand's constantly moving it, turning it.
And you can see the shape will change. And I'm going to use a jacks and cut a line in here. Do that one more time.
So Rachel wants to know if you move your hand in your sleep. I showed your hand, how it's constantly
Probably
turning.
did.
No, I have, It's just when you're moving your hand like that, it's always so smooth.
So I'm using the jacks to cut a line in there and kind of chill it. And take some water on that line. And knock that end off. So now I have a hole in it. Heat that back up and then adjust it for the stopper. Yeah, the moving the hand thing, I did a summer at a glass blowing studio in London back, wow, it was before we got married.
We were dating, yep.
it's been a few years. And when I got there, they said I was turning the pipe wrong. Which, now to think of it, they're probably just kind of hazing me. But they gave me a little piece of pipe, same diameter as the flow pipe, and they said wherever you are, keep turning this all the time to get your rhythm. And on the tube, on the bus, whatever, I always had this little piece of net on. People probably thought I was very strange. And I would keep turning it to get that rhythm. Okay, so now I'm putting the jacks on the inside to open it up. And it's open too far, so I'll just close it down a little bit. So I'm getting the whole piece now, and then back out for the lip. So you see now this is why I didn't need to funny the piece. I could skip that whole step by knocking the end off like I did.
And then when you put the hook, it's just like putting the hook on ornaments.
Yep. Like that, huh?
Yeah.
It's rubber, so it does that. So that gives me, so I know that this is the right shape to make that seal. So next step is going to be to put the hook on. So I'm going to go flash this, knock it off into a little holder that I have over on the crack-off bench, and then run and get some glass on a putty and bring it over and put the hook on.
Shatton said, always making great pieces.
With what?
Always making great pieces.
Thank you. I tried. All right, so piece is pretty well done. I'm going to cut it with a diamond file. And look over here. And I'll be right back with some clasps.
Hey, Tracy.
So I take this and I cover the hole. Up, cut, take this, flip it around.
I'm trying to stay out of the way.
And that's the hook on top, and pretty much that is it. That is your hummingbird feeder.
It's really pretty. Can I show them what's in the annealing oven?
No?
No.
Well, you can, but
You want to open it again now?
it's got to heat back up. We just let
Okay.
all the heat out. So that's an annealing oven. What the annealing oven does is it slowly cools that glass from, actually the hook was really hot. So the hook was probably 1600 degrees when I put it in there. And it'll stabilize the temperature over the whole piece to 920 degrees where that's set. And then when I'm done blowing, I'll put on a turn down, which is about 16 hours. So it'll come down from 920 to room temperature in about 16 hours. And then you'll be able to handle it and hold it and love it and do whatever you need.
I'm going to have him open that so he can see all day long. They're putting...
The Okay.
putting work in.
So that's the work I did today, along with the glass that's going to be going in when we're done with this. So, you want to go back to the...
Sure.
Hold on.
So everybody's saying how pretty.
This is our spring setup. I think next week we might change some things out. So if you want one of these pieces, let us know in your comment section. Because next week we'll put something different out. Just vary it up a little bit.
I like the square top on that.
The peacocks, yeah. It's different. Totally different. All right. So that Thursday, that's another week has gone. Friday, we'll count that as for next week. So anyway, I want to really thank y'all for coming and always being around when we're on live. Help out your small businesses in your area. Everybody hopefully will start getting back into, once people are vaccinated more, we'll get more people out and spending their money and your government checks and all that kind of stuff. If you need glass from us, you know where to find us, www.rosetreegallery.com. On web, on Facebook it's Rosetree Blown Glass. Instagram it is Rosetree Glass Gallery, and all of these videos are on our YouTube channel, which is Rosetree Blown Glass Studio and Gallery. So anyway, we'll see y'all next Tuesday. Have a great weekend. As always, take care of one another, love one another, and we'll see you Tuesday. Take care.
And I'll say goodbye to all of you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.